When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Afternoon. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all well. Wanted to do a preview show of the game coming up at the weekend. Yeah, it's a good point, James. Where is everybody? That's a very good point. Where the hell is everybody? Somehow I've managed to drop down viewers from you saying that. Maybe you scared them away. I've gone from like 15 viewers to 8 now, so I don't know. Maybe it'll pick up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a match review. Wanted to look at I want to look at FB Ref as well, and take a little bit of a deep dive into some of the players that have performed well this season, and also look at the way some of the players have played this season by having a look at FB Ref and having a look at some numbers, some stats. You know how it goes. And basically talk a little bit about how difficult this game's going to be on Saturday. I also wanted to have a little look about at what Nottingham Forest have been doing so far since they've got Sean Dyche in as manager. No, I'm not going to bring your score predictions up at all because you've been right most of the time and they've not been good predictions. Yeah, they have. I think they have. I think they're throttling my channel, mate. I think they're throttling my channel. I've been stuck on 1,900 subscribers forever, and I don't know why. I really don't. I think it could be because of the conspiracy shows that I've done. But I've seen other conspiracy shows grow, so I don't really understand. And a lot of my conspiracy stuff is behind the paywall, so it's behind the members wall. So I don't know why. And I also don't know why I'm not getting as many viewers as I used to. Like I used to get 150 to 200 most days. Now I'm barely getting 50. Like it's a bit weird. I don't know. But I'm gonna keep on sticking at it because I love my club and I want to talk about it, whether it's on my show or other shows. And my channel obviously grew for a reason, so I'm going to stick at it, and hopefully we'll get through this sticky patch where I'm not getting any viewers. And like, there's 10 people here now. Like, I think that's weird that there's only 10 people here now. Like, that's just crazy. Like, there's normally 50 easy at the first like couple of minutes, but it is what it is. The show goes on. So what have I got to talk about then? So we've got the upcoming game, which I'll start doing a preview to now. And I'm going to share my screen so you can also have a look at this as well as I go through it. The time is now for Liverpool to rescue their season. I mean, for me, I think the season's already done, but it's 8 points and it's not out of the ordinary that Arsenal drop points. It's not, but we'll see. Having lost 5 of their 11 Premier League games in 2025-2026, defending champions Liverpool are well off the pace already. Can they get back on track over the next few weeks? Rewind to what feels like the distant past of August 2025, and the fear from rivals that Liverpool would repeat their dominance of last season in the Premier League was palpable. They eased to the title in 2024-2025 before going on an uncharacteristic spending spree over the summer, signing some of the best and brightest talents in Europe as they look to cement their place at the top of English football. And as starts to seasons go, it could have hardly been better. After beating Everton in the Merseyside derby on the 20th of September, Liverpool sat in first place with 15 points, following a perfect 5 wins from 5 in the Premier League. That was false hope. That was a false dawn for me. And that's probably why we are where we are, because we all kind of sailed on that, oh, we're going to win every game, even though we weren't really in those games mostly. 2 months later, they sit 8th place on 18 points after losing 5 in their last 6. The criticism has been both spiky and plentiful, probably because of just how surprising their drop-off has been. Liverpool were not exactly convincing in their first 5 wins, but anyone who said they saw this coming was doing so more out of hope than expectation. I said it was coming. That's not to say difficulties weren't anticipated. You would have to be stunningly ignorant to think that tragic loss of Diogo in early July wouldn't have had a profound impact on the coaching staff and players who fought and celebrated alongside him last season, and on new arrivals whose introduction to life on Merseyside was overshadowed by mourning and sorrow. Speaking on Tuesday, after Scotland's dramatic win over Denmark that saw them qualify for next summer's World Cup, Liverpool vice-captain Andy Robertson told BBC, "I couldn't get my mate Diogo out of my head today. We spoke so much together about the World Cup, and I know he'll be somewhere smiling over me tonight. I just couldn't get him out of my head the whole day." So I, I was in a bit of trouble in my room earlier, but I think I hid it well from the boys. Those heartfelt words showed how difficult at least one of Jota's former Liverpool teammates found it to keep a clear head going into a game. And that was on international duty. Imagine how much greater the sense of devastation and loss at the club level, where Robinson spent 5 years playing alongside Jota. Every game is a stark reminder that his mate is no longer there, and many players at Liverpool will be feeling the same. In elite sport, where margins are famously paper thin, the impact of a significant emotional blow like that can't be dismissed. Look, and I get it. You know, Jota's gone, and we've gone through a lot of tragedy, but players have been sold. Like, players have been sold and they've left the club. Does that mean that affects players when they're not there? Like, when they're not actually there? I think it's a bit of a cop out now. I genuinely do, that we keep on using this as an excuse, and I don't think it's right either to use Jota as an excuse. Like, stop talking about it now and just get on with it. Like, I get it that you're mourning. I get it that you miss him, but you can't keep on using him as an excuse. Like, are we going to do that at the end of the season? Is that what's going to happen at the end of the season? We're going to say, "Oh, this season was bad because Jota died." Like, seriously? Like, it's absolutely pathetic. Like, it's absolutely pathetic that it keeps on getting brought up over and over again. Like, it's starting to be used as an excuse for me by other media channels. Some of the big ones keep on talking about it over and over again. Like, that's not the reason why Liverpool have been bad this season, because Liverpool were bad last season when Jota was there at the end of the season. Liverpool were bad from January onwards. Liverpool got far worse in March, and Jota was there. Jota scored one goal in the whole of 2025. Like, he played poorly. Nunes played poorly. Robbo played poorly. Like, there was a number of players. Mo Salah played poorly towards the end of the season. There was a number of players that played badly at the end of the season. Like, it's because Arnie started implementing his tactics, and his tactics are not good in the Premier League. They are not good for Liverpool. They are not. We got absolutely battered by Newcastle in a final with his tactics. We lost to PSG at home with his tactics. And we lost other games. And we drew plenty of games. And if you're going to blame Jota for us conceding 36 goals in 22 games, then you need to give your head a wobble. You need to give your head a wobble, seriously. Because we're not blaming Jota for us being shit this season. We're not blaming Jota for us buying loads of players and not playing them in the right positions. We're not blaming Jota for us buying loads of players and then suddenly going, you know what, I'm going to play them all at once, which is just a dumb thing to do. We can't blame him for that. There's only one person we can blame, and it's the manager. And it's the guy on the touchline. It's the guy who gives them motivation for games. It's the guy who sets them up. It's the guy who gives them a plan. And for me, Liverpool don't have a plan. For me, Liverpool have a lot of other things that they keep on doing, We keep on changing things around. We keep on changing players around. Basically, we're throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. And none of it's sticking. None of it's sticking. And I'll show you the numbers on FB Ref and we'll go through it. Because it's looking pretty grim. And from what I'm seeing in the media about what we're going to do in the transfer market and the fact that we're going to try and buy ourselves out of bad form, it's starting to worry me that we're going to end up spending another ton of money and we don't have a plan for where these players are going to play and how we're going to set them up. And we've already spent 450 million and we've already sold loads of players. I mean, right now, there's about 4 players that we've sold who are stinking up the teams that they've signed for. Stinking up the teams that they've signed for. And then there's a load of other players that we've sold who have gone on and played brilliantly. And have played brilliantly. And I'm talking about Luis Diaz, I'm talking about Gerald Quansah, and I'm talking about Tyler Morton. Gone on and played brilliantly. Ben Doak's played pretty well as well. Queven Gallagher's been fantastic. Like, these guys have gone on. Darwin Núñez is doing all right as well. These guys have gone on and they've done well. Are you blaming Jota for that? But what's that excuse then? What's that excuse? Because they lost their mate as well. They lost their mate, but they're playing well. So what? So if they're playing shit, then they're going to blame Jota? It's absolutely pathetic. Need to stop this. Really need to stop this. The 3-0 loss to Manchester City prior to the latest international break was a bad defeat to a rival, but those fine margins reared their head once again. It could have been very difficult had Virgil van Dijk's goal, very different if Virgil van Dijk's goal had gone in. No, it couldn't have. No, it wouldn't have. We'd have still got spanked in that game. We were dog shit. We were dog shit against City. Pep Guardiola's side, we were chasing shadows. Pep Guardiola's side deserved to win, and Liverpool did not play well at the Etihad. But it should be remembered that it came just 1 week after the Reds enjoyed a solid victory over an informed Aston Villa and 5 days on an impressive 1-0 Champions League win over Real Madrid. That, if anything, flattered the Spanish giants. Problem with those 2 games is we played completely differently than we played against Manchester City. That's the problem. That's simply the problem. If we'd have played the way we played against Real Madrid, against Man City away, then we might have done something in that game. But we didn't, because we're arrogant. Because we think we can do a high press on Manchester City, who are the best team in the world at getting out of a high press. We think we can play Manchester City at their own game, at their ground. Are you fucking having a laugh? Genuinely. Are you out of your mind? Okay, we're going to play high possession football with high press against Manchester City at the Etihad. And you know what happens? You lose. You lose. Because guess who did it the game before? Bournemouth. And they lost. Did you not see that one coming, Arnie? Did you not see that one coming at all? Did you not look at that game and go, hang on a minute, Bournemouth tried the high press and also tried possession football against us, and they got their asses handed to them. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should do what Arsenal did and make it difficult and get a draw, maybe. Maybe we should do what Crystal Palace did. Make it difficult and get a draw. Try something fucking different. Try something that might actually work. But you didn't. You went into the game half-cocked, half-arsed, and we were shit. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's what you did. That's what you did. Went into the game half-arsed, half-cocked, and we were shit. And Manchester City ran us ragged with a really, really small midfield. Like small players. Small players. Bernardo Silva, Foden, Doku. Like, Cherky, all small players, all players that you could bounce off the ball if you actually stuck a midfield in there that was actually a battle in midfield and you actually said, go man for man, lads. Go man for man and win your battles in midfield. And you'd have won your battles, mate. You would have won your battles quite easily because then all they would have had is their target man, Erling Haaland. And he got kept pretty quiet most of the game. I mean, even his goal just kind of bounced off his head. But it was a bad mistake by Robbo. It was a bad mistake by Virgil at the back for deciding he wanted to swap positions with Robbo while they were in possession. And Canate was a shambles. It was an absolute shambles in the game. I mean, Canate's been a shambles all season, but Canate away from home is just you might as well put down every game an error for a shot or an error for a goal with Canate away from home. Every game, you might as well just put that down as that's what's going to happen. He's going to give away a big chance each half, guaranteed away from home if you play Canate. Guaranteed. Against any team all season. That's what's going to happen. I continue. Viewed in the wider context of the season, though, it was understandable that a loss to City led to questions about champions' credentials ramping up several notches. In fairness, the start in the league has been quite challenging. Of their 11 opponents, only one sits in the bottom six, Burnley, and we were lucky to win that. While the only team in the bottom half of the table they played at home is Everton. In fact, of the other 9 teams in the top 10 of the Premier League, Liverpool have already played 7 of them. That is not to sugarcoat anything. Losing 5 in their first 11 league games is absolutely a crisis in modern football terms, especially when you consider they lost only 4 in the whole of last season. And 2 of those came after they won the title and their performances clearly eased off. But as we looked at earlier this week, Liverpool have a kind of run of fixtures ahead of them on paper, starting with their home game against 19th placed Nottingham Forest on Saturday. In fact, of their next 5 games, only one against a team in the top half is hosting promoted Sunderland on December the 3rd. So we've got Forest at home, who are 19th. We've got West Ham away, who are 18th. We've got Sunderland at home, who are 4th. We've got Leeds away, who are 16th. We've got Brighton at home, who are 11th. We've got Tottenham, who are 5th away. Wolves at home, who are 20th. Leeds at home, who are 16th. And Fulham away, who are 15th. We win all those games, we're back in it. I'm telling you that. But I don't see us winning all those games. Like out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'll ask you in the chat. Out of these 9 teams, how many of those teams do you think we'll win against? Honestly, right now, the way we're playing, how many teams out of 9 teams there do you think we'll beat? Straight up, I'll be honest. I think we can beat Leeds home and away. So that's 2 out of the 9. I think we could beat Brighton because of the way they play. So that's 3. I think we can beat Wolves because they're just really poor right now and they've conceded more goals than us. So that's 4. So that's 4 out of 9 I think we can win. And then if we're talking about draws, I think we could get a draw against Fulham. I think we could get a draw against Tottenham. I mean, we haven't drawn any games this season, by the way. I'll just put that out there. We won 6, lost 5. So you think we can win 6? You think we can win 6? 6 at most. I mean, that's insane. There's 9 games there, and we're already doubting that we can win maybe 6. And the games that I'm assuming you think we won't win are probably Sunderland, Tottenham, Fulham. Am I right there? Am I right? Are they the games that you're thinking we probably won't win? Fulham away is a tough game. Tottenham away could be a tough game. Sunderland at home, I think, could be a tough game. I'll continue. Slot has plenty of questions to answer. Their improved performances against Villa. I didn't think we were that good against Villa, by the way. And Real Madrid, we were good against Real Madrid, but they were terrible. We're largely credited to the fact he started his favoured midfield 3 from last season. I don't think that's the reason why. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying this. I'm not buying this. Oh, because he's playing McAllister and Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai is the reason why we played well. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, the reason why we played better is because we played Bradley as a more natural right back. We didn't invert. And Robbo played as a centre back. And he's better as a centre back than Kirkes. That's the reason why. That's genuinely the reason why. And Gravenberch was a little bit more defensive, shall we say. You can't say McAllister was, because McAllister scored the goal against Real Madrid because he was in the box. And against Aston Villa, Gravenberch scored the second goal, which was deflected. But Gravenberch scored that goal from the edge of their box, which meant he was playing as a more advanced 8 again. So no, that's not the reason why. It's because the defence was more structured. And also, Real Madrid were dog shit and Aston Villa were dog shit. Like, if Aston Villa were any good, they'd have been 2-0 up in the first 20 minutes. They broke through the centre at will repeatedly in the first 25 minutes. Like, have we forgot that? And we only scored a goal because their goalkeeper basically kicked the ball out to Mo Salah and left him an open net. Like, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. Their goalie didn't have a great game. He didn't pull off loads of world-class saves. We didn't have that many chances. Like, this nonsense of us playing so well against Villa is total tosh. It's total tosh. Sorry. Liverpool's best midfield 3 for me right now, if Slot wants to continue playing this ass ball, is Curtis Jones. McAllister needs to go. McAllister needs to go out of the midfield and Curtis Jones needs to come in. Because Curtis Jones keeps hold of the ball, is a better defensive player because he naturally gravitates to space. So he will automatically move into a position if there's a big gap. McAllister doesn't even think about that. McAllister's like, I need to get into the number 10 position. I need to get up there and affect the attack. Why? You dog shit, mate. You're not a great attacking player. Like, you never have been. Like, you've never scored a lot of goals. You've never created a lot of goals. Like, you're a good player on the ball. But we don't even get the ball to you anymore, mate. You don't even get the ball that much. I'll show you the numbers. Curtis Jones is the best progressive passer through the lines in the Premier League. He's the best. He's the best passer in the Premier League. Possession-wise. Never gives the ball away. 90% possession-wise. Like, passes the ball through the lines, more advanced, better than any other player in the Premier League. I've already showed you the graph, the stat. I'll bring it up again in a bit. Curtis Jones needs to come into this Liverpool team because right now, I think there's only 2 players that are going to save Arne Slot from his job, and it's Curtis Jones and it's Hugo Ekitike. Like, if he can get Curtis Jones and Hugo Ekitike working, then I think Arnie might save his job. But right now, if he continues to keep on playing McAllister, who's absolutely dreadful, he's just dreadful this season, and he continues to play Canate, then there's only one option that's going to happen, and it's going to be the board are going to go, see you later, mate. See you later. We can talk about the formations in a bit, mate. All right. We can talk about the formations in a bit. All right. The City game perhaps confirms the widely suggested solution of just play last season's team wasn't quite the safety net people thought it was. And I love the fact that there's a main media outlet that's saying this, that just playing the team from last season isn't the solution. It's the plan. It's the structure. It's the tactics. That's the problem. Doesn't matter if you go and sign half of Real Madrid's team or half of Arsenal's team and then stick it in our team. It's still going to be arseball. It's still not going to work. Regardless, it's not going to work because it doesn't work in the Premier League. You not having any midfield does not work in football in general. Since when did vacating all of your midfielders into the opposition's final third do anything for anybody? I'd love to know. I genuinely love to know a team that plays with no midfield when they're in possession has actually won anything. I'd love to know. Like, please give me those numbers. Please. Please show me a team that plays with no midfield and it works. Maybe we should do a search on ChatGPT for that, because that's just wild that you think that's actually going to work. Recently investigated the fallibility against long balls, so we won't go through all that again. And I love that as well, because Arne Slot just keeps on using it as an excuse. And so did Virgil van Dijk, by the way. Partly related to it, though, is Liverpool are seeing plenty of the ball this season. Opponents are seemingly happy to go long, and if that doesn't work, let them have possession and task them with breaking down a deep defence. Liverpool's average possession per Premier League game is 60%, more than any other team, while their 78% of game time playing against either a medium or low block is the highest in the league. Okay, so we'll look at these numbers as well, because this isn't something new, by the way. This is something that's been happening for years. Liverpool have faced more long balls than any other team in the Premier League for the whole of Jurgen Klopp's tenure, because Jurgen Klopp's team was so good at pressing that the only thing the opposition could do was boot it long, because they were booting it long because they needed to get rid of it before they got pressed and the ball was taken off them. The difference is the opposition are playing it long with nobody pressing them. So they've got accurate long balls that they play. And there's nothing wrong with them kicking the ball long. They're allowed to do it. This isn't like a rule they've broken, which a lot of people seem to think, oh, it's not fair. Arnie's sat there going, it's not fair that they're playing long and they're playing low blocks. Dude, they can do what they fucking want. If they want, mate, they can put their entire defence in the goal, and just cover the box. They're allowed to do this, mate. This is called competitive football. This is something which I'd expect you to do something different. If you can't score a goal because your ass ball doesn't work right now, try something different. Try a long ball yourself. Why not kick the ball long yourself? You're allowed to do it. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And the thing is as well, is Virgil van Dijk and Konate win a lot of their headers. But if you haven't got a midfield, when those headers get won, guess what happens? It goes back to the opposition, because your midfield have fucked off up the pitch because you told them to. because you told them to be there. Because you said, you know what, lads, why don't you get up the other end of the pitch? Because we don't need you in midfield, and we don't need you to contest the second ball that's been won by our defenders. Like, what is Virgil van Dijk and Canate supposed to do? Are they supposed to win the ball in the air, yeah, and then go and chase the ball and then win that ball? What the fuck? Like, it's so fucking dumb. It is unbelievable. Like, it's just laughable now that we continue to play this shit. It's just laughable. It really is. What defense tactics do teams face? Okay, so let's have a look. So, Liverpool, 22% high block faced. Well, that's funny because Arsenal faced the same. And guess what Arsenal do? Arsenal are top of the league and are winning all their games. Oh, mid block faced. Yes, Liverpool face the same mid block as Arsenal, and Arsenal are better at it than us. And low block faced. Yep, Liverpool face exactly the same, just like Arsenal. So stop your bleating and get on with it. There may well be, there may be where the signing of Florian Wirtz comes in. Slot has been accused of not having a plan for the German. No, he hasn't. But it seems relatively clear he was brought in to help Liverpool break down low blocks. It looks like every player we signed was brought in to break down low blocks. We didn't think that we needed them for other things. It just hasn't worked well yet. Well, it would also help if maybe some of the players would pass the ball to Wirtz, and maybe some of the players would score the chances that Wirtz gives them. That might also help as well. A lot of pressure comes with a price tag of 100 million. And the fact that Wirtz is yet to record a goal or assist in the Premier League hasn't helped matters. He's been absolutely dog shit in games, many of them. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna bail him out. Wirtz has been crap in a lot of games, but the plan has been crap in a lot of games, and a lot of players have also been crap in those games. It's not like every other player for Liverpool was amazing and Wirtz was shit. No, they were all shit. There's no players that stand out in games and make me go, you know what? They've all played crap, but he's been amazing. No, they've all been genuinely rubbish. Genuinely rubbish. Dominic Szoboszlai kind of sticks out, and Ekitike kind of sticks out. But the rest of them have been horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. All of them. All of them. And there's only one reason for that. And it's called the plan. It's called the tactics. It's called the manager. Wirtz has created 4.2 open play chances per 90 in Europe, but just 1.7 in the Premier League. He has created 1.3 big chances per 90 in the Champions League, but just 0.1 in the league. That is horrific. While he averages 0.55 expected assists in the Champions League, it's down to 0.15. It's basically nothing. Nothing. No goals, no assists, not even close. The 22-year-old can do a lot more, and his 2 assists for Germany against Slovakia on Monday will hopefully give him confidence to make an impact in the Premier League over the coming weeks. I have very little hope. Very little hope if we carry on playing arse ball. There is also the other 9-figure acquisition in the summer to consider. Alexander Isak has been an absolute just a pointless signing right now. The Swede is another puzzle Slot hasn't yet solved, but Isak can unquestionably offer plenty more once he gets up and running. Liverpool have a non-penalty shot conversion rate of 15% in the Premier League this season. Isak has had a non-penalty pen shot conversion rate of 26% in the league last season. So getting anywhere near that should help matters. Not if he doesn't get the ball passed to him. Not if he doesn't get the ball passed to him, which he doesn't at Liverpool, because nobody can pass the ball to anybody. The former Newcastle man will have his work cut out getting into the team, though as rare success story, Isaac, once he's fit, will just come straight in and Ekitike will just get dropped because that's what Slot does. That's what Slot does. That's what Slot did when Ekitike was on red-hot form. Ekitike had red-hot form, scoring goals and playing really well, and then Arnie just dumped him out of the team and threw Isaac in. No apparent reason. No reason at all for Isaac to come straight in. No reason. He should have just come off the bench. He should have just come off the bench gradually. And the problem is, you then injured him. And then you had to use Ekitike. But Ekitike was sat there going, hang on a minute. You fucked me over, boss. Like, I was playing really well and then you binned me. Like, really? Man management by Slot has been absolutely horrendous this season. Chiesa, Rio, Cody Hapko, McAllister, Curtis Jones. Like Endo, like how has Endo not played when we've had such a bad midfield? Such a bad midfield. So bad defensively, and Endo hasn't even played just to keep things tight. Nah, I'm not even going to play the only defensive midfield we have. Like, how has Joe Gomez not played over Canate this season? How has that not happened? How has Joe Gomez not played as the right back when we lost Frimpong and Bradley? He decides to play Dominic Szoboszlai and we lose all our games. Like, seriously. Like, make it make sense. It does not make any sense. Genuinely doesn't make any sense to me. It really just doesn't. Like, I don't understand it. How Mo Salah continues to play is just beyond me. Like, when you've got Federico Chiesa, who comes on and scores every time. It's just been poor. Really, really poor from the manager. Really poor in so many ways. In just so many ways. Like, I can't even think of a good thing. I can't even think of a good thing. I can't think of any good management he's done this season. Like, we can sit there and go, oh, you know, we won the Newcastle game because he brought Rio Gigamoa on. What? Like, did anyone actually think that was actually a good substitution at the time? Like, you're throwing a 17-year-old kid on to win a game. Like, that's madness. And I know he did it, but it's madness. It's madness. And you played Connor Bradley one-on-one against... You played Bradley one-on-one against Vinny Jr. and somehow that worked. That's not good management. That's just luck. Because then you played him one-on-one against Doku and he got torn to shreds. Awful. Awful manager. The former Newcastle United man will have his work cut out getting into the team, though, as a rare success story at Anfield has been Hugo Ekitike. The Frenchman is Liverpool's top goal scorer in all competitions with 6 goals, though Slot has said he can play him and Isaac together, as he did in the 5-1 win at Eintracht Frankfurt. Ekitike showed how well he can work with another striker with his impressive first goal for France against Ukraine during the international break, linking with Kylian Mbappe superbly. Off the left-hand side, by the way. He played left winger. And we have loads of left wingers. While Ekitike is largely shone, his teammates are generally not firing well enough in front of goal. Liverpool averaged 2.3 goals per game on their way to the Premier League title last season, but that's down to 1.6 after 11 games. Only Chelsea 37, Man City 34 and Crystal Palace 34 have created more big chances than Liverpool, 33, but only Villa, 20%, and Leeds, 22%, have a worse conversion rate of such opportunities than the Reds, 27% last season. They comfortably created most big chances in the league, 150, at least 30 more than any other team, with a 38% conversion rate. That's the attack, and defensively, Liverpool haven't been up to snuff. They conceded 17 goals in the Premier League. Only 7 teams have allowed more, while just 8 have faced more shots on target, 46, and 8 have a lower XG of 13. Perhaps more alarmingly, only Burnley and West Ham have allowed more big chances against them than Liverpool with 29. Just let that sink in, yeah? Just let that sink in. Only Burnley and West Ham have conceded more chances than Liverpool this season. I don't really know how many shows and how many times I have to say that this manager is not good enough for this club. He's not good enough. Like, the drop off is a cliff. The drop off is a cliff. This isn't the future. This isn't forward planning. This isn't you getting better, getting used to. This is you getting worse. Getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's not plateauing. There isn't some kind of like optimum. Oh well, we're a little bit shaky there. We're going to fix things. No, this is a downward cliff that's dropping, and Liverpool are getting worse. Like, we have been behind in more games. Sorry, we've been behind than more than any Premier League team in the league this season by minutes. We've been behind in games more than any other team. Like, we're only 8th because of individuals. We're only 8th because Dominic Szoboszlai scored a world-class goal. We're only 8th because a 16-year-old came on and scored a big chance. We're only 8th because Mo Salah scored a 96-minute penalty. We're only 8th because Federico Chiesa came on and scored a worldie of a goal. Like, this is if we don't win those games in the last minute, in the last 10 minutes of the games, we're sat in 14th place. We're sat in 16th place. We're sat just above the relegation zone. And this manager would be gone. He'd be gone. We'd now be sat there with the new guy in charge coming out of this international period. That's where we'd be, because we'd have sacked the manager by this international period. Because if we'd have lost those 3 games, if we'd have drawn those 3 games, we'd have been 16th or 15th in the Premier League. And we'd be in a position where the club's like, this is untenable. We can't be 15 points off Arsenal in November. And they'd have binned him. They'd have gone early, and then we'd have got a new guy in, and he'd be now lining up for the next 12 games. And I can tell you what he'd be lining up with. He'd be lining up with 4-3-3. Or he'd be lining up with a 4-5, a 4-5-1. He'd be lining up with something that made us fucking defensively stronger. He'd be lining up with more midfielders. That's what he'd be doing. That's what they'd be doing. They'd be making Liverpool tight. They'd be making Liverpool not concede 29 big chances. 29 big chances in 11 games. Let that sink in. Let's stop backing this manager because I'm not backing him anymore. I've seen enough. Fucking hell, I've seen too much. I've seen way too much now. And what are we going to do? Well, we're going to give him another 100, 200 million in January. So we can go and splash that on strikers. Well, like we haven't got enough strikers who haven't scored goals. Like Jesus Christ, the guy who's been the best is the guy that everybody expected to be the worst. Nobody expected Hugo Ekitike to be as good as he is. And I also want to point out, Hugo Ekitike scored 1 goal in the last 8 games. Okay? This is what I'm saying. Like, his form's gone out the window as well. Like, this isn't like, oh well, he's getting better, but they're not playing well. No, they're all playing shit and they're getting worse. Like, that's just how it is. Like, Wirtz has done nothing in the Premier League. Ekitike's scored 1 goal in the last 8 games. And to be honest, I mean, it was a clean through goal against Eintracht Frankfurt. Like, he literally just ran from the halfway line and all he had to do was beat the goalkeeper. It was a good goal, but there's a lot of players that could score that. Like, a lot. And he stunk it up in a lot of other games. Like, let's not lie about that. He stunk it up in a lot of games. Compare that to last season when only Arsenal had 58. Just let that sink in, yeah? Arsenal conceded 58 big chances the whole season. Last season, Arsenal. Liverpool have already conceded 29. 29 this season already. Arsenal conceded 58. Nottingham Forest 73. And Liverpool 75. 75 big chances we conceded the whole of the season. Last season. We've already conceded nearly 30. Like, this is wild. It's wild. It's wild. I'm sorry. That could partly explain why they have struggled to go ahead and stay ahead in games this season. Liverpool have conceded the first goal in 8 of their last 10 outings in all competition. Liverpool have conceded the first goal in 8 of the last 10 games. Oh my God. Oh my God. And we can blame players. Yeah, we'll blame players. Yeah, let's just keep on blaming players. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just keep on blaming players. Because, like, we've conceded 8 goals. Sorry, we conceded the first goal in the last, in eight of the last 10 games. Like, how are you going to do anything? Like, genuinely, how are we going to win any game if you're already behind? Like, and the thing is, and this is what makes me laugh. This is what makes me laugh so much. This was a problem with with Jurgen Klopp for 2 or 3 years. This was the same problem that Jurgen Klopp had for like 2 or 3 years. And he hasn't fixed it. He hasn't fixed it at all. He didn't fix it last season. We went behind in loads of games. And this season it's got worse. It's like, what? It's like you haven't changed anything. Like, you genuinely haven't changed anything at all. Like, we changed nothing. Like, the left back last season was shit. It's been shit this season. The number 10 last season didn't do enough. Goals or assists. No, still haven't done anything this season. Centre forward. Do we need to talk about that? Because they were terrible last season. Oh, guess what? They're terrible this season. Oh, okay, Arnie. So what have you done? What have you done lately, mate? Fuck all. Nothing. You've done nothing. You haven't changed anything. All you've done is spent loads of money. That's what you've done. You spent records amounts of money, broken transfer records repeatedly, and not changed a thing. And you want more time. And you want more time. Oh, I need more time. It's a transition period. Oh, we need to get rid of the old system. We need to get rid of the Klopp system and we're moving to the slot system. The same things happened in the Klopp system. The same things are happening in your system. Like, changing hasn't done anything. Changing's made it worse. Like, at least with the Klopp system, your fucking players won the ball. Your defence won a lot of challenges. Your midfield was in midfield. Like, you had that. And guess what you did? Guess what you did the best under the Klopp system? You had a fucking attack that worked. You had players that scored goals. You had consistency up front. We always scored 1 or 2 goals every single game. Like, you had to beat Liverpool by 3 goals to win games. Most seasons under Klopp. You had to. We don't have that no more. We don't have that anymore because you broke that, Arnie. You broke that. How did you break that? How did you manage to fuck that up? How did you manage to fuck Salah up that much that he's having the worst season of his life? The worst season of his life at Liverpool. How do you manage to do that? How do you manage to make that happen? Well, you have. Well, you have. Well, you have managed to make that happen. Because the numbers are here. Liverpool have held a lead for comparatively few minutes in 2025-2026. Only 7 teams have been ahead for a lower percentage of their games than slot side. Okay, let's just break that down. I told you that Liverpool have been behind in games more than any other team in the Premier League per minutes. We are only ahead in games. There's like we're only ahead in games for 24% of the time. Even Everton are ahead of us. Everton are ahead in games more than Liverpool this season. That's how bad we are. Like, this isn't just like, people seem to think this is just like, oh, you know, we've just been unlucky or just or this or that, or, you know, we're just trying to get things sorted. No, it's bad everywhere. It's bad everywhere. It's bad going the opposite way. It's bad going that way. It's bad conceding goals. It's bad scoring goals. It's bad conceding chances. It's bad getting chances. Like, it's bad everywhere. The whole fucking thing is terrible. Everywhere, all over the pitch. Like, this isn't just like one area. This is everything. This is literally the whole system. The plan. It's not the attack. It's not the defence. It's not the midfield. It's not the goalkeeper. It's not the right back. It's not the left back. It's not the centre forward. It's not Salah's fault. It's not Robbo's fault. It's not McAllister's fault. It's fucking the plan and the system. The numbers do not lie. The numbers don't lie. The data is always there. You always have to follow the data. Always follow the data because the data will always give you the truth. Losing. How much time has each team spent in each game state? Yeah? 37% of game state this season, Liverpool are losing. 37%. There's only Wolves and West Ham that have spent longer. Drawing. Liverpool, 39% drawing. There's only there's a couple. I mean, there's Crystal Palace, there's Villa, there's Everton, I mean, there's a couple of teams that draw more, but there isn't many below us. Like, so we're hardly drawing in games. We're either winning or losing. And winning, Liverpool 24%. 24%. And the teams that are below us are Leeds, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley, Forest, Wolves, and West Ham. And they are all dog shit. They're all dog shit. They're all dog shit. Sunderland is an interesting one, but Sunderland are fourth in the league. So I think Sunderland's down to the fact that they just don't concede any goals. And then they score a winner, like towards the end. Like they've done that a lot. But that's quite scary because that puts Liverpool in a winning position. We are 15th, mid-table. Funny that. That is quite a drop from leading for the longest time last season. 45%. 45% of last season, we were leading games. And now we're down to 24. Liverpool have been behind 36% of their game time, which is 413 minutes. Only West Ham and Wolves have been losing for a greater percentage, and it's not actually that much more. Even 17th place Burnley and 19th place Forest have had less time in losing positions than Liverpool. That's particularly significant when you consider they were only behind for 615 minutes the whole of last season. Okay, last season, Liverpool were behind for 615 minutes the whole season. The whole season. Liverpool have already been behind 413 minutes this season. My God, that is like the pits of hell. The way we're going to be behind in games more than the whole of last season before Christmas. The way we're going. And that's wild. That's just wild. Don't be surprised if Nottingham Forest take the lead at Anfield on Saturday. Don't be surprised. Like, do not be surprised by it because it happens all the time. The players aren't surprised. There is some cause for optimism, though. Liverpool were genuinely winning games early last season, but some of their underlying numbers dipped a little after a strong start. However, as you can see from the graphic below, measuring XG for and against on a rolling 6-game average, they improved markedly around 11 games. And Slot will hope the same happens this season. So Slot is just hoping. That's what he's doing. He's just hoping. He's just hoping that Liverpool suddenly get form. There is plenty for Slot and his players to fix, but the time is now for them to put their recent form behind them and get back to winning regularly. That will be easier said than done with the eyes of the world on them. The ongoing... Okay, and then you bring up Jota again. Of course you do. Of course you bring up Jota again, because that makes sense, doesn't it? That obviously makes sense to bring up Jota again right at the end. Like, why would you not do that? Why would you not bring up Jota again? Okay, so this is... this is the review. So I'm going to do the actual proper review now. Okay, so I'm now going to talk about the numbers. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the numbers of Forest and Liverpool. Okay, so Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, key stats. Liverpool defeated Nottingham Forest in 71% of Opta's supercomputer simulations. The amount of supercomputer simulations that said Liverpool are winning and we didn't is ridiculous now. So I'm not even going to take that with any pinch of salt now. Forest were the only of the two teams who took 4 points from the Reds in their 2024-2025 winning campaign. Morgan Gibbs-White could become just the fourth player to score 20 Premier League goals for Forrest. We lost at home to Forrest last season after the international break, and we drew away because of Darwin Núñez equaliser. Just saying it. Forrest are a bogey team. Last time Liverpool faced Nottingham Forest, the teams were first and third respectively in the Premier League. Last January feels like a very long time ago for both clubs. They start their match day 8th and 19th respectively, markedly below where either of them would be expected to be after the November international break. When the season got underway, this is the latest into a season that Liverpool have started a match this low down in the standings since April 2023. They won 3-2 at home to Forest that day, as chance would have it. So the last time we played this badly in the league in 2023, we beat Forest 3-2 at home. Obviously, Forest are on 9 points. Liverpool are on 18 points. Our goal difference is 1. We're 8th in the league, 8 points behind Arsenal, 8 points behind West Ham, which is quite scary because they're in the relegation zone. The Reds are in worse form this time around, though. They have lost 5 of their last 6 Premier League games. More than they lost in the whole of their title-winning campaign last season 4. Before this run, the Reds had only lost 5 of their previous 49 league fixtures, 33 of them which had won. It has been a slump of epic proportions. It's only fair to put their struggles into context. Most of Liverpool's problems have occurred on the road. They have won 4 of their 5 matches at Anfield, with 2 victories from 2 in the UEFA Champions League. Even in the exception, a 2-1 loss to Manchester United, Arne Slot's side won the expected goal count. Anfield largely remains a fortress. The defeat to United, with the Reds' only loss in the last 22 league games, a run that includes 17 wins. This streak begins to follow the 1-0 defeat to Forest in September 2024. So the visitors pull off an unlikely victory for the second season running. Much will depend on the strength of the team Sean Dyche is able to field. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who scored the winner in this feature, Chris Woods and Zinchenko are reportedly close to returning, though Ayane and Douglas Luiz won't be involved. One of Forest's key men has been Morgan Gibbs-White. He scored in both of Forest's last 2 Premier League games and could score in 3 successive league appearances for the first time in his career. The England international is 1 goal away from becoming the 4th player to score 20-plus Premier League goals for the Tricky Trees after Woods, 37, Brian Roy, 24, and Stan Collymore, 22. And if you look at where Morgan Gibbs-White scores all his goals, they're all in the centre of the goal. And they're all positions where they're high quality chances. We concede a lot of high quality chances in that area now. We just do. Gibbs-White's recent contributions helped Forest score as many goals in their 3 Premier League games under Dyche, 5, as they had in their first 8 of the season under Nuno Espirito Santos, 4, and Postecoglou, 1. They are also averaging more shots per game, 13, and XG per game, 1.6 under Dyche, than they were under either predecessors. A win at Anfield remains a tall order. Even with this improvement, Nottingham Forest have lost their last 6 Premier League away games against reigning champions by an aggregate of 24 goals to 2. Forest are also one of the sides yet to win away from home in the Premier League, along with Fulham, Newcastle and Wolves. They lost their last 2 away league games without scoring, last losing 3 in a row without a goal in October 2022. As for the hosts, team news, Jerome Frimpong and Gianni Leone won't take part, but Alisson could be ready to resume action. One man who will be surely be involved is Mo Salah. Assuming he plays, the Egyptian king will become the 5th man to make 300 Premier League appearances for the Reds. Based on the average Opta rating of each club's forthcoming opponents, Liverpool have the easiest next 8 games in the Premier League. As forlorn in their title hopes now look, a win here could kickstart a resurgence over a favourable looking stretch of fixtures. So Liverpool have a easier run than any other team in the Premier League, with Forrest, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds, Brighton, Tottenham, Wolves and Leeds again. Manchester City have a favourable run as well, which is interesting to see. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest head-to-head. Liverpool versus Forest 1-0 away. Nottingham Forest won 1-0 away and drew 1-1 at home against Liverpool in the Premier League last season, with Fulham the only other club that took as many as 4 points from the champions. However, Forest have not gone 3 league games without a defeat against the Reds since February 1993. You must look back a further 30 years. Who cares right now? We're dog shit right now. Their 1-0 loss in this fixture last season was the only league game of the campaign in which the Reds failed to find the net. Liverpool scored 3 times in the last 2 other league meetings. That's not going to happen. That just isn't going to happen. I'm sorry. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Opta gave us 71%. Forest have a 12% chance of winning and 16% of a draw. Team news: Mamadashvili, Bradley, Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkez, Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai, Salah, Gapco, and Ekitike. Forest, Sells, Savona, Milenkovic, Morello, Williams, Sanger, Anderson. Anderson's been fantastic this season. What a player he is. Gibbs White, Ndoye, Dominguez, and Igor Jesus. In the chat, predictions for Saturday. What score do you think it'll be? James, I'm not going to bring your predictions up. You're right, mate. We are still in the title race despite the manager. You're absolutely right. It's only 8 points, but if we can't win these next 12 games, then we're done and dusted, mate. We're done and dusted. Like we can't drop points anymore. We just can't drop points anymore. And Manchester City have an easier run than Arsenal. So Manchester City are going to be there or thereabouts. Trust me. 1-1? Wow. 1-1. Poof. You're about as optimistic as me, Kathy. About as optimistic as me right now. 2-0. 2-0. Fixtures have not been kind to Liverpool so far. 2-1. God, you think we'll lose? Whoa. I'm not bringing your one up, James, because yours normally comes true. 2-0 late, 2-1 late goal. I'd take that. I'd take that all day long. We have to win all of them. We have to be perfect. You're right. Have you seen our last 10 games? Like, have you actually seen our last 10 games? Like, talk about picking all of the teams that we don't play well against. They're our last 10 games of the Premier League season. So, yeah, we need to win all of these games, and then we need to win all of those other games, and then we might be able to drop a point here and there in the last 10 games, because like we have to have another season where we can't lose any games and we just need to keep on winning. Like, we just have to. Otherwise, we haven't got a chance of winning the league. And I brought this up before, and I will continue to say it. There's only one manager that won the league with 78 points. Sorry, with 86 points. Sorry, 84. There's only one manager that won the league with 84 points. And that was Ranieri. That was Ranieri for Leicester. Like, you need to have 86 plus points to win a Premier League. That's how many points it takes to win a Premier League. And that's what it's been since 2015. That's what it's been since 2015. Brendan Rodgers got 84 points. Same as Arne Slot, and finished second. Like, we have to be real. We have to be real. We need to have a perfect season. We need to have a perfect season. Don't have a perfect season, we're out. And Manchester City have a really easy run on paper. So they're already ahead of us. So if they win all their games and we win all our games, it makes no difference. They're ahead of us. Like, they're ahead of us. Like, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference at all, because Manchester City have also 12 easy games. So they just They just go ahead of us. Okay. So I'm going to bring up FB Ref. I'm going to bring up actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up the tactics board. Have a little play with the tactics board, yeah. And I'll pick the team for Saturday that I'd pick. I already have. So let me just move a few players around. I'm just putting Isaac on the bench. I'm putting Cody on the bench. And I'm putting Allison on the bench because I don't think Allison's ready yet. So Mama will come in. Yep. And Canate would be dropped for me, and Gomez would come in. Yep. And this is the formation I'd play. Genuinely play this formation. So you got Wirtz, you can have space here. Lots of space for Wirtz to work in, which is perfect. Salah could come in more here, and Dom could like fill in as a 3 like this. Yeah. Which then turns Liverpool into a 4-3-3, but more narrow. So then you have it like this. And then you also have, you can use Bradley more advanced here if you wanted. And you could use Robbo more advanced here if you wanted. Because you've got protection from Jones. So Robbo could advance here. Jones could fill in here. Bradley could go further forward. Dom could spread out here. And you got more width. That works. Then Wirtz could maybe drop into this position here more. And then he's got space here to work and come in. Salah could drop in, maybe, but he probably wouldn't, if I'm completely honest. But then maybe Ekitike could drop in more, or drop into this area more. But I'm fine with that. That works for me as well. And then you've got a situation where you've got a bit more space here that Wirtz could work in. Wirtz just needs space. Like right now at Liverpool, Wirtz just doesn't have any space. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. He has no room to actually do anything. So give him room, give him space to breathe. That works for me. But Gravenberch and Curtis Jones need to stick. They need to shield the defence. Like, if they're going to throw long balls in, which they probably will, and they'll go low block and all of that stuff, then the ball's going to go high. Gomez and Virgil will win the ball. And then you need the midfield there. Like, if you haven't got a midfield there, then Gomez is winning the ball for no one. Virgil van Dijk's heading the ball out to their midfield. And they need to stay. Like, they need to be more defence-minded. That's the system I'd play. 4-3-3. I think 4-3-3 is fine for Liverpool. But we just need to be more defensive with it. Like, we need two pivot players to be pivot players and stay back. And Dom in this position, by the way, isn't a number 10. He's a number 8. Like, he's not a 10. He's a number 8. Ekitike, Vert would have all of this room to work in, and he can come in and be that left-sided midfielder, which just dominates in this space and creates for Ekitike. Salah can just be Salah. He can hang around the box. He can hang around this area here. Doesn't need to be out here. It doesn't need to be back here. He can be around here. That's fine. And then Vert has got this area here to work in. Vert needs all of this space to be his. All of this needs to be Vert's space, and all of this here. Give Vert this L and we'll be fine. And Ekitike can drop in here. That's fine. But I don't want him over here. And I want him in here. And Dom can just be this guy, this road runner that does all of this work in this great blade of grass here. And he can cover for Salah. He can drop back as well if Bradley wants to overlap. Bradley overlaps, then Dom drops back and fills in. And then Bradley gets back. And then Dom just moves back into the advanced 8. I don't want Gravenberch here. I don't need Gravenberch around here. He's in the wrong position. And it's not that difficult. Like, it's not that difficult to change and to get the best out of some of these players. It's just not. But in build-up, if you're doing this in build-up, which you have been all season, like, this is like just the team in build-up. It's just weird. Yeah, so you've got everybody in this advanced position here. Yeah, so you got like your striker, you got him around here, you got him kind of coming in here, and then you got this build up here where you've got your 3 centre backs. I mean, he's not really been there, to be honest, but lately he's been here, but previously it's been like this. And that's normally McAllister, that'll be Ekitike, that'll be Verts, and you got this little mess, this little mad mess here, and then you got Salah all on his own, Salah, and then you're trying to build up, and the opposition throws a long ball in, the ball drops here, like long ball, win the head, ball drops there. What are you doing? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? Because all your team is ahead of the ball. And that's what happens over and over again. Over and over again. Just continuously all season. I mean, and all you got to do, genuinely, all you got to do is just have... He can be out here. It doesn't matter. Like, he can be out here. Bradley can be out here. That doesn't matter. Virgil van Dijk's won the ball against one of their players here. Yeah. So he's won the ball, and then they've got their midfield here. Yeah. So they've got midfielders here, or they've got an attacker here like this, say, or they've got a midfield here. Yeah. We just need Gravenberch to be here. We need Curtis Jones to be in midfield. We need Dom to be around the midfield. That's what we need. And you can have these players here, that's fine. Because if the ball's won by Virgil and it bounces back into midfield, Curtis Jones is there. But if he's here and Dom's here and Grav's here, then they have their midfield in between our midfield, and then they win the ball back. And it's then a case of 3-on-2, or if Robbo's there. And this is what's happened over and over again this season. Over and over again, this has happened. This has been a massive problem because you've got too many players advanced on the pitch. Too many players advanced. So let me share my screen and we'll finish off. Okay, so we'll finish off the show. By the way, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe, please do. And also, if you want to become a member, please become a member. And if you want to donate to the channel, drop me a super chat or a super thanks, or even better, send some memberships. Like, donate some memberships because they're really good. Because then people have got access to the membership stuff. So if you do want to support the channel, please do. Every little helps, and I do want to get a better camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at FB Ref, and I'm just looking at the numbers this season. Okay, sorry, I'm going to take the chat out. I'm going to make me even smaller. Can I? Yeah, there I go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the numbers. Okay, so let's just look at our attack. Yeah, this season. This is Premier League only. I'm not bringing up any of the other games. It's pointless. It's the Premier League, which is the most important. Okay, whenever I do stats and numbers, I normally talk about the Premier League. Okay, Mo Salah's got 4 goals. Okay, in the Premier League. Erling Haaland's got 13. Cody's got 3. Gravenberch has got 3. Gravenberch has got 3. Gravenberch has also got an assist. Like, this is what I'm trying to talk about. Like, you're putting your midfielders too far forward. And I get it, Grav scored 3 goals. Brilliant. He didn't need to. He didn't need to score 3 goals. I'd rather Mo Salah scored the other 3 goals. Mo Salah's got 6 GA this season. Got 4 goals and 2 assists. Okay? Mo's XG is 3.6. So he's below his, so he's actually above his XG. Yeah. His progressive carries are 40. Cody's progressive carries 40. Cody's on 3 goals. Cody's got 2 assists. Mo's got 1 penalty this season. Gravenberch, 3 goals, 1 assist. Grav's XG is 0.6. All right, high value chances. Okay, they're hard goals that he scored. All 3 of them were goals that you don't normally score. Okay, so they were good goals. Hugo Ekitike, 3 goals, 1 assist. 2.3 XG. So he's overachieving his XG. 10 progressive carries. That's awful. That's awful. Look at the progressive carries by Gravenberch. Gravenberch has got 22. Hugo Ekitike's got 10. That's really low. Really low. Federico Chiesa, 2 goals, 1 assist. 0.9 XG. 3 progressive carries. The numbers of Chiesa are wild. He started 8 games and he's played 125 minutes and he's already got 3 GA. Ekitike's played 10 games, 600 minutes, Mo's got 11, 11. Cody's got 11 starts. Dominic Szoboszlai, 11 starts, 1 goal, 1 assist. Look at Dom's progressive carries, 32. Kirkes, 1 goal. Played 10 games, 695 minutes. Hasn't played a lot of time. Hasn't been on the pitch a lot. Like half the amount of Salah. 12 progressive carries. Like, he's supposed to be the left back. Like, he's supposed to be the guy that carries the ball. Like, Connor Bradley, 16 progressive carries. He doesn't carry the ball much. Florian Wirtz, 21. Florian Wirtz, less progressive carries than Gravenberch. Massive, massive problem. I've talked about this extensively. I've talked about this. That Florian Wirtz has not got space to carry the ball. Spoke about this repeatedly. He hasn't, because he's only got 21. Alexis McAllister, 13. Ibrahim Konate, 12. Virgil, 13. Like, those guys are carrying the ball more than others. And Curtis Jones, 13 progressive carries already in 344 minutes. There's your guy. If anyone's going to carry the ball forward, it's going to be Curtis. He's only been on the pitch 344 minutes and he's progressively carried the ball 13 times. With his progressive passing being better than Mo's, better than Gapco's, better than Gravenberch's, better than Ekatike's, better than Kirkes, better than Konate's, better than McAllister's, and better than Wirtz, and better than Bradley's already, and he's only been on the pitch 344 minutes. Like I've said this over and over again, Curtis Jones needs to play football. Needs to play football for Liverpool. Needs to be in that team. And I don't know what the manager's seeing. I don't know what he's seeing, because he needs somebody to progressively carry the ball in the game. And that's what Curtis does. The numbers don't lie. 344 minutes on the pitch. 48 progressive passes. More than 80% of the team. There's only 2 players that have done it more, and that's Dominic Szoboszlai and Virgil. I don't know what more I need to say. Like, I genuinely don't know what more I need to say. So let's look at us defensively. Okay, let's look at us defensively. Defensively. So goals. Where is it? Non-penalty goals expected. Right. Shooting. Should we look at shots? Total shots. Okay. Actually, let's carry on with the attack. Yeah. Carry on with the attack for a bit and then we'll go to the defense. Okay, this season, Premier League, Cody's had 27 shots. 5 on target. 5 on target. Horrible. Sorry, horrible. Mo Salah, 25 shots. 8 on target. Not great. It's not great. Dominic Szoboszlai, 21 shots. 7 on target. Brilliant. More of that, please. More of that, Dom. Hugo Ekitike, 16 shots. 4 on target. Ryan Gravenberch, 12 shots, 5 on target. Like, do we need to have a conversation about we need to buy a defensive midfielder now to replace Gravenberch? Because Gravenberch might as well play as the 8. He might as well play in the 8 position. We might as well move Gravenberch out of the defensive midfield now because Gravenberch isn't doing any defensive midfield stuff anymore. Like, he's not. He's being more attack than defense, which is a huge problem. Huge problem. Alexis McAllister, 9 shots, 2 on target. Federico Chiesa, 8 shots, 2 on target. Alexander Isak, 6 shots. 6 shots. Wow. That is poor. Florian Wirtz, 12 shots. 12 shots from Florian Wirtz. That is dreadful. I'm sorry. I can't sugarcoat it. It's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. And then you got Konate's had 5 shots. Why is Konate having 5 shots? Virgil van Dijk, 4 shots, 2 on target. Curtis Jones, 4 shots, 2 on target. Kirkez, 3 shots, 1 on target. Connor Bradley, 3 shots, none on target. Robbo, 3 shots, 1 on target. Frimpong, 2 shots, 1 on target. I mean, I probably don't even need to talk about that because it's just bad. It's just bad. I probably don't need to talk about it because it's just bad. Passing. So, completion rate. Curtis Jones is miles ahead of everybody else. And he's also played less than 400 minutes. He's got a 92% completion rate in passes, Curtis Jones. And he's done 253 passes and 275 have been attempted. Like, he's the guy. Like, you just need to play him. And then you've got Konate and Virgil, obviously. And then you've got Gravenberch. Gravenberch, 481 completed, 537 attempted, and 87%. Gravenberch's passing hasn't been that bad this season, but he just hasn't been passing the ball much, like in areas that make a difference, really. McAllister's has been 300 passes. McAllister's tried 300 passes. Like, there was games where Trent would do 100 in a game. Like, McAllister's just non-existent. I'm sorry. Like, he's just non-existent. Like, you're a midfielder that doesn't pass the ball. Like, what are you doing there? Like, genuinely, the goalkeeper's passing it just as much. And Florian Wirtz, 274 passes. That's awful. Like, Wirtz doesn't get the ball to actually do anything with it. Like, Ekatike, 88. Cody, 217. Mo Salah, 233. Like we talk about Liverpool being this, like, possession, passing machine. No, they're just not. Like, what Liverpool are is this. Liverpool pass the ball between 4 players, and that's it. That's it. I'm sorry. That's it. We're not this possession passing machine. Like, we're not. It's Virgil to Konate, Konate to Virgil, Virgil to Konate, Virgil to Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai to Konate, Konate to Gravenberch, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's boring and it's bollocks. It's boring and it's bollocks. That's what it is. That's just what it is. And if you look at the short passing, there it is. Clear as day. Short passing, Dom, Virgil, Gravenberch, Canate. There you go. Medium passing. There you go again. Virgil, Canate, Zoboslai, Gravenberch. Same again. 4 fucking players all game. Just pass the ball to each other and do nothing. Absolutely nothing. 4 players do nothing. And then should we look at long balls? Who does the long balls? Oh yeah, who does the long balls? Soboslai, Van Dijk, and the goalkeepers. We are shit. This system is shit. This setup is shit. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. It's clear as day. Doesn't work. Showed you the attack and I've showed you the midfield. Should we look at the defence? Should we look at the defence? Do we even look at passing? There's no point. There's just no point. Do we look at goals and creation? There's no point. Do we look at defensive actions? Oh, yes, we do. Let's have a look at the challenges lost. Who loses the most challenges at Liverpool? Dominic Szoboszlai loses the most. Florian Wirtz, Cody, McAllister. There's 2 of your midfielders top of the list of losing duels. Top of the list of losing duels. There's 2 of your midfielders sat there plain as day. Oh, and then you've got your right back, your left back, and your centre back behind them. Really? You would genuinely think you'd have more attackers in there. But we haven't. We've got our defenders in there who lose the most duels. McAllister with 7. 7 out of 12 duels he's lost. Gravenberch. Sorry, not Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. 14 out of 31 duels. Florian Wirtz. 10 out of 16. Cody, 7 out of 12. Like, Bradley, 7 out of 10. And then Kirkes, 5 out of 10. Like, shit. Shit. If you don't win your duels, you don't win nothing. You're not winning your battles, you're not winning anything in football. Sorry, just not. Virgil's lost 1, but Virgil's only attempted 3. That is a problem. That's a problem. Andy Robertson lost 2. You only tried 4. Like, where are your defenders? Like, where's your Virgils? Where's your Robbos? Where are these animals? Where are these guys that are supposed to be at the heart of the battles? They're not even going in for the tackles. They're not even trying for the challenges. At least Canate, he's fucking tried 14. Like, I'll give Canate it. He's tried 14. Canate is the best. He is the best at it. Look. Oh, what's just happened? Oh, what just happened? Possession? No, sorry. Where's the defending? Sorry, I've got to go back to defending. Here. You can say what you want about Canate. Say what you want about Canate. But at least he's trying his tackles. At least he's gone in for 14 of them. Curtis Jones, at least he's trying. 6 he's tried. 2 he lost. Okay. Virgil van Dijk's tried less attempted tackles than Curtis Jones. That's a problem. I initially liked you and followed shit. Big up Red Spark. the end of the day, mate, we spent 450 million. I expect us to be better, and I will continue to be on this train of we are not playing well until we start playing well. If you watch my previous videos, when we were in the transfer market, I was the jolly man. I was the jolly man. But I did call out Liverpool last season that we shouldn't have gone on all these holidays and just switched off, because it's going to be really difficult to switch back on. And I also said you have to judge him this season. You have to judge him because it's his team, and it's not pretty. So I think we've probably seen enough from what I've shown you. But minutes-wise in the Premier League, Dom, Virgil, Mo, Canate been on the pitch pretty much most of the time. Cody most of the time. Gravenberch missed a couple of games. And then there's a lot of players that just keep on getting subbed. But consistently in all areas, it's been bad. It's been bad. It's been bad. And I've given you the numbers. I'm going to put this article in the chat. You can go and check that out. You can go and check that article out in the chat. And also the other article I'm also going to put in the chat, so you can go and check that out. Please do. Please do. Two chats in there. Two articles in there for you to go and check out. It's going to take a change. It's going to take the manager to move players into more defensive positions, and him coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm going to play two attackers up front now." What about Mo Salah? What about the left winger? Are you going to play them as well? So you're going to play four attackers. So you're just going to do four attackers, and then the midfield go in there as well. So you're going to have 7 up front. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know about the Nottingham Forest game. I think we'll concede a goal, but I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, we could win 2 games, and then everybody thinks we're back, and then we could lose 5 games. That's what Liverpool can do right now. And I've said it over and over again. We have to stop conceding goals. Anybody can score goals. Anybody can score goals against us right now. And we need to stop conceding goals. If you want to do anything at Liverpool, Arnie, to get yourself back on some kind of, some kind of form, sort out the defence. Sort out the defence and sort out the midfield, and stop conceding goals. All of these teams aren't high goal scorers. They're not high goal scorers. They don't score a lot of goals, all of the teams that we're playing. So make it tight at the back and keep it 0-0. And then Mo Salah will score you a goal. Ekitike will score a goal. Virgil van Dijk can score goals. But if you're 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes, what are we going to do? Anyway, you all have a lovely day. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the likes and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And share this with people. And I will forward you on to another show. I'm just going to do a quick shout out to the members that are here. Big up James, big up Vic, big up Gary, big up John. Who else have we got in? Big up Regular Scouser, big up Bernard. Also big up Christian, Aqua, Rusco, Colin, all members. Thank you so much for being members. Really appreciate it. I'm going to forward you on to another show who is live right now. Who is live? I'm going to send you on to Footy Judge Mo, who's live. If you can put in the chat, Kmack Raid, that would be cool. And I will see you. It's not a knee-jerk response, mate. Not a knee-jerk response. We've lost 6 in 7. We've lost 7 in 10. 7 games in 10. That's not a knee-jerk response. Stick in Kmack Raid, and I will see you all later. Take care.